Hello, and welcome to the podcast Fly with Mel. If you're an overthinker, a high performer, or simply someone trying to understand yourself better, you are in the right place. Here, we talk about mindset, change of environment, self-love, relationships, and all the real-life messiness that comes with becoming who you are and who you want to be. If you're ready to transform your life, understand yourself on a deeper level, and finally break old patterns, sit tight. I'm Mel, a certified life coach and NLP master practitioner, and I use this platform to share self-reflections and conversations with the people I meet along the way. Because I truly believe that everyone you meet has something to teach you. So take a seat and enjoy the flight. When your body feels safe, your life changes. That's the topic of the day. And when your body feels safe, your life changes, not because you finally found the perfect mindset, but really because you've become someone who can actually hold the life that you want. You know, so often we are told to change life and to change our life just by thinking differently or changing the mindset. But real change doesn't start only in the mind. You don't manifest a new life just by thinking about it. You have to feel it. You have to feel that you can hold that life. You become the person who can hold it. And that becoming also happens through the body. When your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, no amount of positive thinking or visualization can create a sustainable change. Because healing isn't about fixing yourself. You are not broken, really. It's really a feeling. It's about feeling safe enough to embrace who you already are inside of you and live differently without forcing it. And I insist on that. It's about really letting yourself just be naturally. Healing is an identity shift, and regulating the body allows that new identity to emerge naturally. And that's the topic of the day. It can feel quite heavy, just like that, but it will sound very, very simple and easy and flowing with the guest of the day, who is Estelle. She's a spiritual mentor that helps women get out of survival mode through the body. But if you're a man listening to the podcast right now, please stay with us because this might help you as well. Hello, Estelle.
Hello, Mel.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Very happy to have you and very happy and very curious because I feel like I'm going to learn so much today. Just as a little hint, I know that I've been seeing you and watching you online and you do that type of practice that is called Kundalini.
I do.
And I know that I do. And I know that it's that practice where you see people lying down and you activate them and their body is moving by itself just with you having your hand on it. But to start, can you just tell us who you are? Maybe in one sentence? How do you want to describe yourself?
Absolutely. So you mentioned it, but I'm a spiritual mentor for women and I help women get out of survival, get out of their head and really drop into their body and find confidence by reconnecting to their intuition and really connecting to the spirituality within themselves.
Mm-hmm. And if there is one thing that I like to do as an icebreaker to start the podcast and so people can really visualize you and see a bit of your world, do you have any mantra or any quote that you live by?
Absolutely. I live by the mantra, the only way out is in. Because for a very long time in my life, I try to fix myself from the outside. I try to find the next person, the next thing that would help me feel better or actually understand what was going on. And it only started getting better when I actually got within myself and start asking myself the right question and doing the inner work that was a bit more uncomfortable or challenging, that I really started to see the impact and the change of my life.
So it seems like you've been on a big healing journey.
Yes.
But so I know that a lot of people are still discovering what healing is and self-development and all that. So what does it mean really? Oh, we have a little bird with us.
Oh.
What does healing means to you today?
Reclaiming your life. For me, healing means being able to walk life as your true self and not what the world told you to be. Because we live in a world where we're easily programmable through TV, music, artists. They will tell you what to believe, how to act, how to feel. There's anxiety everywhere. There's stress. We're programmed for stress. And for me, healing is actually taking responsibility for your life. It's not your fault what's happening to you or what happened to you, but it's actually taking responsibility for the fact that I want a better life. I want to wake up with peace in my heart. I want to wake up in the morning and know that I am at the right place at the right time and I just feel good. I'm not overthinking. I'm not fearful of people. I'm just myself, and that's enough.
And do you think that we can really tap into that type of mindset, like fully? Do you think that we can one day just fully be just like that, just at peace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to want it. It's all about a decision. They say a lot of people don't want to change because they don't know what's on the other side. But once you can't settle, or you don't want to bear with the minimum, and you make the decision, because intention is one thing, but having the clear decision that I'm going for that life, because that's what happened for me. I just wanted a better life so much. I was like, I'm not living like this. I'm not settling for this. I'm going to go get it. And I did. I have so much peace in my heart.
That's
I
amazing.
feel unshakable.
Okay.
Like, I get thrown out by life, but nothing can really get through me because there's peace that I never had before.
So can you describe who you were before all that healing journey? Who was this, Estelle?
And
Before.
sometimes I still get very emotional with my younger self because I was drinking a lot. A lot. I was drinking a lot. I was taking a lot of substance. I was doing a lot of wrong thing with men, just trying to find if someone would love me or like me enough to give me enough attention or make me feel better. And for me, I was really lost in the party scene, really lost, even when I came to Sydney. And the reason I had to change was because I almost died a few times when I was drinking, because I would drink so much that I would black out. And I was just a mess. I had FOMO. I couldn't not go out. I had FOMO if I was not going out. I was a people pleaser, so everyone was my friend. I would use this. Back in the days, I would be proud to say this, but I would say, oh, put me in front of anyone, I'd be their best friends. Like, I just knew how to make them. I'm still friendly, but I would make sure that you love me, that I'm your best friend. You know, I was a massive people pleaser. And I'm not like this anymore.
Can we go back just before doing all this behavior?
Yes.
Can we just go down a bit more into your past before that people pleaser that you were? What happens, if I can go?
Absolutely. So the more rough part, I would say, is that for most of my life, I lived an illusion because I have no memory of my childhood. So until I'm 14 years old, it's a blackout. Absolute blackout. I don't know what it looked like. I don't remember anything. And because I didn't remember and no one told me it was wrong or that there was something off, no one ever said anything. I just thought I had a good life. I just thought, oh yeah, I'm happy from what I remember. It was like it was okay. So I lived in illusion that everything was fine. So I didn't know what was the problem until 2022, when I started asking the right question. And I met someone that told me, Estelle, this is not okay. What do you mean you don't remember? I said, well, I don't know. I don't remember anything.
From 0 to 14,
Yeah.
you didn't remember?
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
It's just like your brain was protecting you from something huge, because it's a lot of years.
Huge.
Okay.
And what's funny now is that most of the women I work with, they start working with me and then they're like, I think I have the same thing. But because we don't know, no one tells us it's not okay, because no one ever asked me, do you remember? So now I always ask someone, do you remember, or it's blurry? Even blurry should not be okay. You're supposed to remember. But I was abused by like a few members of my family. I was the only black kid at school. My mom was a bit of a mess, so she was not able to protect me. My dad was an alcoholic that would always bring people home that would drink and create chaos at home. So I grew up with a lot of instability and a lot of abuse, physical abuse from different area.
Wow. And how did you realize that? How did that memory came back to you?
So when I discovered that something was wrong with not remembering, at the time I was already working with some shamans at the time. And the first thing is, so this woman that I met asked me the right question. And then I contacted my shaman. I said, can you help me I need to know what happened to me when I was a kid. And that shaman was obviously a psychic. So he had a lot of psychic abilities. So he knew, he didn't tell me. He started asking me the right question. And then by him asking the right question, emotion started to come up. And he just gave me a thread. And then I explored the threads and I went deeper and deeper. And the thing is, when I discovered that my uncle, my grandfather, my dad, all these men did the wrong thing to me, I became so obsessed with revenge.
Wow.
And for me, revenge was, I'm going to give my life back. Because I was a mess. I was so bad. Like, you would see me, you'd be like, poor girl, she needs help. This is how bad I felt for myself. And once I realized that it was not just, like, it was not my fault, that there was a reason behind it, I went all in on the healing, and it was my vengeance to them. Like, look, you did this to me. I will make sure that I get my power back, because everyone took everything away from me.
Oh.
And I knew it was true. So he told me, my psychic was like, look, I hear the word uncle and I see this. And it clicked because I had a lot of issue with intimacy. I couldn't have intimacy sober. And I never had a partner until last year because I could not have intimacy at all. Panic, like, I needed to be under substance. Otherwise, no way. And the reason I never had a partner was like, the idea of having to do it every day or every week, it was, I couldn't breathe. But I just thought I'm asexual. Sorry. Yeah. I just thought I was asexual. Like that's the new trend, right? The woman doesn't want to make love. She's just like that. So I thought I was like that. And then everything started to make sense. I can't touch. I can't be, like, all these things started to put together. So I'm not broken. Something happened to me. And after a few days, he said it to me. I went for 3 days. I couldn't stop crying. So that's why I realized it was real. And then I went on the journey and I tried everything. I was like, now that I've got something, because before I tried to fix myself, but thinking and trying on work on a surface level, because I didn't know my childhood was bad. I thought my childhood was amazing. That's why I didn't remember it. I genuinely believe that.
And when you started to do that whole healing thing, did the memory came back clearly into your mind, or you don't have these, like, how, I'm just trying to understand how much the brain tried to protect you.
So I'm very lucky. I don't see anything, but I feel. So I do a lot of somatics, which is the main practice of what I do. It's all about the body. And I still have layers, right? So sometimes, like, I've healed with my uncle for the last 3 years, but for example, 2 weeks ago, I did a practice on myself, another layer of disgust. So for me, it's disgust, rage. It's like I can feel hands on my body, but I know how to handle it. And the thing is, with somatics, we release it through feeling. And it's not, and the thing is, your body will never release what you're not ready to hold. So at the time, what I was feeling was proportional to what I could hold. What I feel now, if I lay down and I do a practice on myself, or I go to someone to help me, if I did that 3 years ago, if I received that 3 years ago, I would have gone in psychosis. But now I can hold it. Now I know what it is. I know how to feel it. It doesn't scare me. So my body get it out. But yeah, that's why somatic is impossible.
It's important.
Yeah.
And did you have to go back and talk to your dad and uncle and all that during your healing journey, or like, is there anything,
my dad,
my
dad, I still talk to him because it's my dad, and I've made a lot of peace with it, and I chose him in this life for my path, so I'm going to respect him. He's not my best friend, but I honor the fact that he's my dad. My uncle, I exposed him on social media.
Oh, wow.
Because he did that to my sister, and then when I told my mom, she lost it, and she went to tell him, and he called my whole family to tell my mom was crazy. So when he did that, I made a video on social media, because I have a big family in Africa. And I said, this is what happened. And I wish I didn't have to do that. But because you called everyone and you said my mom was crazy, I will tell them what you did to me. And that video got 4,500 views and like 100 comments. And I said, don't you dare call my family crazy because you touched us. And because he touched my sister as well. So I have flashback when I did I did a hypnosis and had a flash where he grabs my shoulders. And my sister said I saw the same. And he puts me down. Like, I have, it's very slight flash, but it's feeling. But it's okay. I mean,
gosh, it's okay now. Well, I have goosebumps by you saying that. This is, wow.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot, and I see you here right now sitting next to me smiling and at peace, and I'm just like, that's amazing what you, like, the whole journey, and I cannot even fathom what you've been through and all the years where, it's like years of darkness, and usually that's what, we go through these kind of things, and then we become a better version, and finally you can become yourself too, which is just, wow. I have another quick question about what you just described, your relationship with men today. How?
Stop it. Don't talk to me about men.
Like, did you heal that too through all your whole journey?
Yeah. I had a really bad relationship with men. Like I would give myself away just to anything and anyone because I didn't know the value of myself and I thought that was normal because that's all I knew. So I was very much take me like I was lost with men and I hated being touched. Intimacy was hard, vulnerability was hard. I really struggled with men. And how I know that my healing journey has paid off and how I am so proud for not giving up is that now I've been in a relationship with this man for a year and it's the healthiest thing I've ever experienced, the healthiest loved. I feel so loved. He loves me so well. I understand the definition of love. He treats me like I'm the most precious thing on earth. I'm almost his life's purpose. He doesn't ask me anything. He supports me. Intimacy is getting better because he was my first real healthy relationship. There's a lot of healing that happened. And he was the first one that could hold me into all this healing while I was with him. And so now intimacy is starting to feel alive, where before it felt like a weight. And when I first met my partner, he said to me, the only reason we could be together is because you did that much work. Because the depth you hold and the calm you have in your body, that's all I've been looking for. So he said, I can see the work you've done and that's why I'm choosing you. And I was like, oh my God, I made it, guys. I made it.
Success. It's success.
Let me show you my man.
But I can completely relate to that because that's exactly what happened to me too. You know, like it's because I've healed a lot of things through my own healing journey as well, that I've been through a different frequency of energy. That's how I like to say it. It's like, for me, I see that as frequencies, like, you know, when you turn the radio onto a frequency.
Yes,
I see that.
Yes,
this is how I see it.
Yes.
So I changed my frequency and my energy healed and all of that healed, and I could attract him and finally see him as well, you know?
Yes,
because that's the thing, right?
Absolutely.
So we talk about that a lot with women, and I know that you do that too. It's like so many times you have so many women saying like, yeah, there is no man around me that really a good man who likes me. And I'm like, it's just because you don't see them. They are here, but you're not on the right frequency to really see them and really like get your attention to him and focus on them instead of focusing on what is familiar, what you know, and what you always go for. So completely relate to that. And again, just like you, when I started dating my partner and fiancé, shall I say, I was just like, this is so strange. Like, this is not, is it like, when is that like, is there something something is gonna happen? It's not possible.
Yeah.
Why is it so calm and safe? And why, like, no, he's gonna explode. There's something. And I'm like, just like, because it's not familiar, it feels like quite a little bit uncomfortable at times. And we can sabotage ourselves too. It's like, no, he did something wrong. And you try to find something, like a little something, just to make it just something.
100%. And you fight it. You're like, yeah, there's something. It's too calm, and calm feels unfamiliar.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Let's deep dive really into the healing part now. So can you just tell me, why does healing doesn't happen just in the mind, but also in the body? Because there is like this mind-body connection, and I know we talk a lot about that into the healing industry.
Yes, absolutely. So why most of therapy failed is because they only connect with the mind, which means if you go to a psychologist, they'll ask you a question. Yes, it's great. But trauma gets stored in the body. So if you go through a traumatic shock, what happens is that your body freezes. You go into fight or flight. And that moment, that situation, that experience when you actually got into the fight or flight gets stored in your body. That's why people have all sorts of physical issue, like digestion issue. They can't sleep at night. They have period problem, PMS. All these physical issues are just psychosomatic response, which means the body responding from an accumulation of emotional shock that haven't been processed. So for example, digestive issue, which is 90% of the population has digestive issue. A lot of people, like, that's a big number, but a lot of people have digestive issue. Why? Because they don't digest their emotion. They try to understand them. They're like, okay, this happened to me, so I feel like this and this is it. So they identify, they speak about it, but they don't go and release it or feel it. And that's why digestion is ruled by emotions. And you can't heal without thinking, without feeling.
without feeling.
Without feeling.
It's like the body and the mind. You have the mindset part where the psychological part where you try to understand what exactly is happening in your mind and why you're reacting that way, la la la. But you also have the feeling part, the body part, where you really try to understand what is happening and why is your body feeling like that and all of that. So I know that you do a lot of somatic work is what you
Somatic
call it,
ways,
somatic
yes.
way. And it's a very specific type of, you have different techniques and you have specific techniques. But as we were talking just before we started the podcast, I completely agree with that, the body and mind connection. For me, I see the feeling in the body activated through, for example, movement, exercise, going for a walk. When you do that, you get out of your head and you start to feel, for example, more confident in your body, or you can digest bad emotion. You go and you release some endorphins, some energy. This is how I see it, but I know that you see it in a much more deeper way. Can you just give us a hint of that?
Well, this is a non-negotiable, but more like a daily and weekly aspect. Like when you go for a walk and you train, that's more mental health, and it's needed to remove the excess of stress in the day, in the moment, in the hour. But when we're talking about healing, if, for example, a shock happened to you when you were younger, and I say now you keep attracting narcissistic guy, you keep attracting relationship that really devalue you, and just talking about it is not helping you, or what's happening is you're really feeling stuck with a pattern that you can't move through.
Mm-hmm.
What we want to do is we want to go on a deeper level in the body and see where is that shock that is stored in the body. And so that would help on clearing the past, more of clearing the childhood. Because we talk a lot about childhood trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one thing to talk about them, but it's another thing to actually clear the body from them. Because the memory of that childhood is in your body. That's how I was able to heal and be in this position now where I'm at peace and I just feel so light. I feel light. That's the difference. It's because the heaviness, I removed it by doing the deeper somatics.
And so can you tell us some of the techniques that you use? Because now I'm very curious. I want to understand, what is it that you do with your magician hands?
Oh, so I use a lot of different techniques, obviously, according to where the person is and what I feel in the moment, because obviously it's very intuitive. But one of them is Kundalini. So Kundalini, what is Kundalini? Do you want me to explain now?
Yeah.
So Kundalini is it's called the life force, the chi, the prana. It's an energy that we all have within us. And when I activate this energy that I have activated, but that you have as well, that is just maybe dormant, we all have it. When I activate it, what happens is I activate it it's like a Wi-Fi system. It turns on within me, and when it turns on within me, I spread out through the people around me and even through online. And what's going to happen is I'm going to go trigger yours. I'm going to go trigger and tickle yours. And according to where you're at, what your nervous system needs, what your nervous system wants, and what you are ready to receive, it's going to activate.
So it's like an energy in your body. How do you define it?
It's an energy.
Yeah, it's an energy.
It's like a Wi-Fi. I really see it like a Wi-Fi system.
Okay.
So now if I want to activate, for example, I'll turn it on and I will send it to you by the intention, by a specific process, and you will receive it and you will receive where you're at. That's why Kundalini is so beautiful. It's because we work with your own energy. So I will activate yours, and by activating yours, what's happening is that your body knows. I get in resonance with your nervous system. And I know I will not push you if I can feel that there's resistance. If I feel no resistance, I know where to touch, I know where to press, and I've already activated you. But I'm not doing anything. I'm just activating yours.
And so when you activate it, what happens?
Me, I sweat a lot. So when the activation starts, what can happen is a lot of movement, because the Kundalini energy is a very active energy, a very transformational energy. We work with the energy of transformation. That's why people have very profound experience and you can see movement, because as we said before, trauma is stored in the body. And because we work with that energy who's very active, it goes and removes and clear what's in the way of your alignment. So when we talk about alignment, it's the chakra system, the energy centers. We have energetic organs and we work through them. And if there's some form of blockage, it could be a trauma or whatever, movement is a way of how it would get released. Mm-hmm. And that's why you see people moving. That's why you see people crying. That's why sometimes people scream, or people can go really deep into meditation and they will receive profound answers. I've seen really, really profound transformation and even myself in just one session.
Wow. Like what type of transformation you've seen, for example?
For example, a woman was in depression for 7 years. For 7 years, and she was in postpartum depression, and she had a business as well, and she couldn't get it off the ground, and she was just stuck in a loop for the last 7 years. And she came to one of my circle, and she said the next day I woke up with no more anger, no more depression, no more sadness. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what to do. And she started working with me, and her whole life changed after one session.
Wow.
She said, my whole life changed. I don't know what to do. This was so radical.
So it's like as if you were just reactivating kind of her Wi-Fi, as you describe it, her energy in her body. And it's just like you reactivate that, and then something really happened. And there is really a shift inside internally without you having to think and to, to put the mind into it. Yeah. That is insane. That's incredible.
That's why it's somatics. Somatics, we will work with the body, with the unconscious. So the brain is conscious, the body is unconscious. Mm-hmm. So we tend to overlook, when you're NLP coach, so we tend to overlook the unconscious factor, and that's what really is holding us back, because we don't see is what usually is holding us back.
Yeah. Wow. And so what are the main benefits, let's say, of Kundalini?
The main benefit of Kundalini, it's creating more space in your mind, because we clear the mind a lot. So if you have a cluttered mind, that's really good for stress, for emotional overload. So a lot of people come, they're overloaded with emotion, which means they're depressed and they're sad, but they don't know why. And it's just an accumulation of emotional, unprocessed emotion. It's really good for your sensual energy. Like if you feel disconnected from that energy, it can help turn it on. It's like how I see it, we turn the light back on. Mm-hmm. It's like we literally come and we come and recalibrate your energy and clear a lot of things, so you feel lighter, you feel more happy. After every session, I feel so happy, almost like my heart cracked open. And one of the reasons I first started and got into it is because after every session, what happens is we raise your vibration a lot. Why? Because we clear so much. And after every session, I would have some crazy shit happen to me. Like I would receive money out of nowhere, or this person that I needed to contact for something would contact me, and it would always happen after a session. And so it raises your vibration a lot, so you can manifest faster.
I know that it can sound quite of like a bit maybe too much or too magical or too woo-woo. And I know because, it's kind of like these type of practices that are kind of new. People don't know them. I didn't even know it myself a year ago, and I've started to see like on social media, all these people lying down on the floor and suddenly their chest is raising by itself. It's like the movie is fully like the body, is fully moving by itself, and you're just like, what is happening here? So it can sound quite scary, and it can feel quite scary. Are there any downside of that practice?
It can be. So we're talking about Kundalini activation. We're not talking about Kundalini awakening. This is a whole other, this is not what we want. This is not what we're talking about, and this is not what you want either. You don't want to go for that. And if someone is talking to you about a Kundalini awakening journey, this is very different, and it's not so a Kundalini awakening is when your energy awakens, and it can create psychosis, because what happens is, so it's like the veil lifts. And what happens is that you can go too deep too quickly, and it can release too much of things that you might not be prepared for. An activation is we're just coming, and it's the first layer, and we're just moving through with intention, and there's a form of control that with awakening you don't have. With awakening, it's just like boom, we remove the
veil, and you're not even prepared for that.
Yes, and a lot of people have very hard experience. We're not awakening your Kundalini, we're just activating it.
You were saying that you help a lot of women, and I know there is a pattern that I see a lot in my coaching with women as well. It's like sometimes the woman can be very much in her masculine energy, in survival mode, in control. She really wants to hold it all together. She doesn't want to ask for help, all that. And that can also lead to overwhelming emotions, just like what you were saying. So I know that you help these type of people too. Do you want to talk a bit about masculine and feminine energy? Maybe let's just explain what's the difference between both first and how we can heal that.
Yeah, it's good that you spoke about this, because I forgot to mention it. Because when we work with the Kundalini, we get you out of your head. You're out of your head, you're in your body, because you feel the sensation, you receive the tingles, you receive the heat, you feel. And being in your feminine is really being able to feel and to surrender and to drop in the body, where the masculine is the logic, the analytical, the linear sense of things. So my main work is really because of what I went through. Is I was in my head a lot. I was hyper masculine, didn't trust anyone, did everything alone, and also wanted to prove that I wanted a good job so I could, be good enough. But really, what is needed in the world right now is more feminine energy, which is more presence. Because feminine is presence. Is how much can you be with someone without overthinking everything? How much can you trust that what you say is exactly what needs to be said? And the Kundalini actually helps with that. And that's also what I help with, because most of women, they just never had the right tools to just be women. It's simple and it's sad because we live in a world that designed us to be little men. We're just made to be women. Like, as you showed on your social media, open the jar. Of course you can do it, but can you do it for me, please? Because when you do that, I just feel softer. I feel more feminine. I feel held. And I can drop in, I soften, and I can nurture you even better. There's no one without the other. I will never just tell you to be feminine. You need the structure to be able to feel safe to be a feminine woman. But being feminine is a gift.
Yeah. It's about finding the right balance. That's all. It's just like that. But I guess also to find the right balance, you need to feel safe a bit more with yourself, with who you are. It comes back to past trauma. What made you feel like you're not worthy enough to be loved just as you are, all these kind of things. And I think that's why a lot of women struggle. But I do want to insist that I know that a lot of men do struggle too. They think they have to always provide, be the strong man. They cannot be weak. They cannot cry. They cannot this. They can, So they can also be too much in their feminine or too much in their masculine because they don't know anymore where to stand. And that's where we can come and try to help the world with our practices, let's say. But there is another practice I've seen a lot, and I would love for you to explain it to us. It's shadow work.
This is, for me, the missing link as well. Somatic and shadow work will change your life. That's it. It's shadow work. It's looking at what is happening in the shadow, the unconscious things that are playing out in your life. So, for example, let's say you attract a relationship that is really putting you in a position where you feel uncomfortable, where you're unconsciously attracted that because there's something that you didn't see in your own psyche, in your own brain, that is playing out in front of you so you can actually clear it. Shadow work is going to the roots of why we hold patterns or feeling insecure or unworthy or unlovable, why we hold this, and it's actually looking at it, even though it is uncomfortable and it's challenging, but being comfortable with the dark truth. Let's be real. We live in the dark world. The world is dark. It's full of abuse. It's full of war. It's full of fire. It's full of angry people. The shadow is owning the fact that you have a deep dark side, that there's a part of you that I want to kill, that there's a part of you that want to rape, that there's a part of you that want to do some dark stuff and is not repressing that part. The moment you can own that, I'm so angry at this person, I can do some really dirty shit. The moment you're like, I own the fact that it's there and I will work through it. I will sit with that part of me, see what she needs, see why is she so angry, and sit with the anger, feel the anger, do something about it rather than just being like, you're too dark. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to see you. This is just stay on the background. And that's why you will attract narcissistic. That's why you will never make money. That's why you will not be able to have a baby sometime, because it reflects on the physical level. Like, everything is connected to the shadow. And the more you can accept, and it's self-acceptance. It's not self-love. You don't have to love the shadow. You have to accept it. The more you can accept it.
So how do you practice?
First, you ask yourself the right question. So radical self-honesty, brutal honesty, and you have to be willing to ask yourself the right question, and you have to be willing to go there. And once you have the question and you have the answer, things start to unfold in front of you. There's different processes. What I can recommend you to do today, if you're curious about shadow work and you don't know where to start, you want to go on YouTube and put shadow work meditation. That's how you're going to start. Or go on ChatGPT, put a pattern, say, okay, I'm struggling with this. If you were a shadow work coach, how would you help me right now? That's how you want to start. Obviously, that's surface level, and it can be tough. It can be tough. You want to do this if you're feeling stuck and you have nowhere to go and you don't have time to get a coach. Always get a coach, because we can hold you through these. But if you feel really stuck and you don't know what to do, use the tools you have, which is YouTube or ChatGPT.
But I really want to insist that ChatGPT, yes, okay, it's surface level. You really said it very well.
Yeah, it's surface level, but it helps you identify.
You can identify, but then you can also overthink too much on the identification you made because you're alone and holding the whole thing. And it's like whenever you feel sick and you go on Google and you type whatever you have on symptoms and suddenly you have cancer. It's like,
yeah.
And then you start to overstress, and then you finally go to the doctor who will just tell you, no, you just need whatever medication.
Yeah.
So that's why ChatGPT, I always insist on that. It's like, yes, you can identify a pattern. Please don't go too deep into that. Please don't go alone, because sometimes it can be completely different. ChatGPT doesn't know your life, your story, your emotions, your experience, your background, whatever. A coach can definitely take you through the journey, understand you, and you personalize, you measure it different depending on the person you have with you. But yeah, it's a bit like that. But I feel like when you're describing it, shadow work is like bringing a lot of awareness towards whatever you're feeling, thinking.
Yes. It's bringing a lot of awareness, and it's being willing to go deeper, but in the darker side. Like
the side that you try to repress the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like whenever you were talking about people pleasing just before, and when you're a people pleaser, it's really about you repress so much all the part of you that want to just, shine and have a voice and say no and all these kind of things. So it's, to give just an example, it's a bit like that. You talked about, people who struggle, for example, manifesting money just before. And I can think about the word manifestation. I want to talk about that because I can see you
I'm so
smiling.
into manifestation.
I love that topic too. And I know that manifestation is just, you see a lot like, just think about it, write it down and it will happen. No. I think you need to feel it. And in NLP, we really talk about that. We have 3 things in NLP. It's like kinesthetic, so the feeling, hearing, whatever sound you have, or thinking, thinking a different quote or whatever words you may have in your mind, and visualization, so whatever you see. So that's the experience we have in NLP, where we tap into the mind, the subconscious, the conscious, and all that. I'm not going to go into that right now. That's not the idea, but that's what I use personally for manifestation, because it's about these 3 things. It's about what you feel, what you hear, or whatever words you want to put in your mind, and what you visualize, what you see, what is the vision that you may have in your mind. So yeah, tell me what you think about manifestation.
Is a superpower? Because first of all you have to do is believe it's real. The moment you believe what you want can happen, you will get it. Because there's no way life won't give you what you believe you deserve or you can have. So the first thing you have to do is believe that you can have what you want. And the second thing is, often what I see with my clients or in my life as well, is people are not clear on what they want. They know what they don't want, so they focus and keep attracting the pattern and relationship or even the money they don't want. For me, for example, my life started changing when I started asking myself, what do I want? And exactly being certain that I was going to get it. So for example, one of the practices that I do a lot is I'll put myself as you mentioned, I will put myself in the visualization, in the position where I already have what I want. How does it feel once I get that amount of money? How does it feel when I get these number of clients? How would I feel knowing that it's already happened somewhere in time and space? And once I connect and I tap into that consciousness of that timeline, energetically, I'm broadcasting a frequency, an energy, a vibration of it is done. It's an energy of certainty. And that energy will then magnetize what I believe is mine already.
Love that. So what are you telling yourself right now that you already have?
Right now, I already have $20,000 months consistently.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you feel it.
Yeah, it's already done.
It's already here.
Like, for example, my circles, I was talking about you earlier. As soon as I post a circle, I usually don't have bookings until, I have a few bookings now, but I usually don't have booking until the last day or the few days, the last week. But I'm always so certain that my circles are going to be full, that they're always just full. Like, I'm so convinced, and I brainwash myself. When it comes to manifestation, it's consistency, it's clarity, but it's repetition. I am so consistent with my practice. As soon as I wake up in the morning, say, I'm so grateful for the $20,000 a month. I'm so grateful for the ease, for the flow. I'm so grateful that that life is always providing for me whatever I need. Before I go to bed, I visualize. I say, oh my God, I'm so grateful that everything was just so easy, simple, and fun. I'm so grateful that I speak as it already happened. Always.
I love that.
And morning and night.
I love it. And exactly that. The brain works with repetition anyway. So the more you repeat, the more you believe it. And you can also shift and rewire some of the patterns and mechanisms that you have in your mind just by repeating. So, when we want to change a habit, the first thing we talk about is repeating whatever new habit you want to have, repeating the new pattern, repeating in your mind something that you want whenever you want to change a bad habit that you have. For example, you have to repeat a new a new other habit or a new quote that you want in your mind, a new mantra, whatever you want. So everything works with repetition in the mind. You wanted to say
Yes,
something.
when you speak about mantra, one of the things that I've been giving my client and doing myself is that instead of using mantra, I use question. Why does everything always works out for me? Why is it so easy for my dream clients to find me? I look in the mirror and I look into my left eye, so I create an emotional connection with myself, and that means that I'm feeling emotionally connected. But technically, because you are a reflection of life itself, of the universe, of source, you're directly talking to the universe. So I look at myself in the eyes, in the left eye, creating an emotional connection with source, with life, with the universe. That's my belief. And then I'll ask, why am I so lucky? Why does everyone just wants to work with me? Why is it so easy for me to just be so confident? And because I'm asking a question, my brain will find evidence of that. And that's been very helpful.
I love that. And one thing that can be also very helpful is to never talk about your dreams to someone else yet. Like, don't talk about it too early, I would say, because sometimes you want to manifest something and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to manifest 20,000K to everyone. And some people will project their own fears onto your dream, and suddenly you will not even believe anymore in what you're saying. You know, people are going to be like, ah, really? But how are you going to achieve that? And how do you think? Who do you think you are? And, you know, all these kind of things. Yeah. So then you brainwash your brain with negative thought and negative energy that people will give you, and you will start to doubt yourself. Oh, maybe she's right. Maybe it's too much. Maybe who am I to do that? And how can I? And when you start to do that, you go like completely the opposite way. So yeah, one helpful tip is really to keep your dream for yourself at the beginning, or maybe share them with the right people. Maybe with people who already achieved it, or maybe with people who really support you, or people with, you know, like, it's just that people can project their fears on you without even wanting to. You know, it's just their own fears, their experience, their background and all that.
It's very true.
Do you want to talk about quantum physics too? Because I think it's related a bit.
I absolutely can. Is just please, if it's too deep or if it's not simple enough, let me know, because when I talk quantum, so okay, my favorite practice that I do, quantum. So there's a saying that says there's different timeline of reality where your desired reality has already happened. So what I like to do, for example, my morning meditation is I will sit, I will create some space, I'll breathe in, I'll drop in, and then I will put a visualization of myself in the future. For example, I want to become a public speaker, and something that I will do for myself to brainwash myself that it's already done, I'm already a speaker, I will see myself on stage in the morning through my visualization, and I will get into the body of the woman that's on stage. How does she feel? What is she looking at? How is she holding herself? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out and I'm going to go in front of her and I'm going to connect with her and I'm going to ask her to guide me. What is an action that I can do today to align to your frequency? What is something that I can do to walk as you? My intention is to align to the frequency, to the identity of the woman that has already spoke on stage. So my intention for my day is to embody the woman that is a speaker. So I will ask her and I will connect to the consciousness, my consciousness in the future through visualization. What advice do you have for me? Okay, today my intention is to do this. How can I do it in a way that I will do it from your energy? And then I wait for an answer. I feel, I see, or I receive something. And then I drop into her body and then I merge myself with her and I come back into my body. And I walk and I live my day. I spend my day as her. If I was that woman, if I was the public speaker that makes 50K months, how would I act right now? How would I dress? How would I feel? And because I'm putting consciously and subconsciously, I'm rewiring myself to live and breathe like the woman that is famous, rich, successful, all the things. It's impossible for me to get it or receive it because it's already there. And I've seen it. If I've seen it, I can have it. So it's just now waiting for it to happen and have expectation that it's going to happen. The same way I wanted to go on podcast, I'm calling in the podcast.
And here it is. And
here it is, right?
Can you just tell me, where did you learn? Where did you learn this?
So when I realized that I was not great, so for most of my life, I had a belief that I was broken, that I was dumb. So I had a really deep belief that I was a stupid girl, that I couldn't speak. So that's why when you're telling me there's a flow, I'm very happy. And so I believe I was broken, I couldn't speak, and I was dumb. So what did I do? I invest every single dollar that I have for the last Since 2019 until 2025, every single dollar I made was into courses, was into mentor, was into retreats. Like, I've learned so much. I've paid easily minimum $500,000 in course.
Wow.
Minimum. That's, I had a good job before where, working, doing all the things. So every single dollar I made was going through that. And it was COVID. I had 3 courses at once. I would go to retreats with monks and in India. And then I would learn about, I had 3 different quantum physics coaches, and I took the best from it. And that's why.
That's cool. And that shifts your identity, right? It's really an identity shift. You went through a big identity shift, in fact.
Tell me about it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I feel like now, I feel myself.
Yeah.
I've never felt so like myself. But at the same time, I'm reprogramming myself to be the speaker, to be the rich woman, to be the businesswoman, to be the loving partner, to be the feminine, soft, to be the confident yet soft. So I have for example, on my wall, there's the successful CEO, there's the embodied woman, there's the powerful coach, there's the communication queen. So when I reprogram myself through identity. I don't do just I am confident. I say I'm the confident queen. So that tells my brain that's the identity I want to embody.
So today, with the women you work with, how do you really help them to go through that full identity shift and find themselves?
The first thing, before even thinking about identity shift, we clear, we let go, we purge. Big purge, mental, emotional, physical purge. So before anything, we'll identify the blockage, identify what they want to change, and we get clear on what they want. So once we're clear on what they want, we identify what they don't want.
Can I just ask something? Sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't know what they want. They're not clear at all. And you know why? Because they also think they cannot even deserve the world. So they're really like, but what can I ask? Is it just, so I guess there is maybe a step before that. Maybe that's where I come in.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like,
please.
No, but you tell me, it's just like, how do you ensure that a woman can start to request what she can really want?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really good question. And as you said, most of the time I'm on a call and I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, how can I help you?
And that's where, for example, with me in NLP and coaching, that's where we go deep then. It's like, okay, go back to what did you achieve in the past? What were you proud of? What are the things that you like to do? What are the things you do in flow? And we go into all this kind of journey where they suddenly come back to themselves and they suddenly start to, oh yeah, I'm proud. I achieved that. Oh yeah, it's true, Mel. I like when I do this. Oh yeah, it's true. I like when I do that. Oh, I feel great. My energy is high when I do this, when I'm with this type of people and this and that. And when you start to go back to all of that and create connections, that's where people start to be like, now I know. Maybe that means I want to do that. And how does it feel when I tell you that you're going to become that person? Oh yeah, it feels great. And that's where suddenly we can really tap into something that they really want. Because someone can come and tell you like, yeah, I don't know what I want. Maybe I want to live elsewhere. And I'm like, okay, why? I don't know. Maybe because some people do it. And I'm like, okay, but is it what you want or is it what some people do? Like, what exactly do you want? What is your needs, your dreams, your things? And
it's 100%, 100%. One thing that I use as well to help them exactly how you say, I use Ikigai as well.
Yeah, I love Ikigai. Yeah, we were saying that.
I saw you posting it.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first thing I'll ask them is like, look, I need to know.
Yeah. Ikigai is a Japanese concept meaning a reason for being. So it's really combining what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. And all of that, when you combine all of that together, it can lead you to a sense of purpose, of joy, and fulfillment in life. So it's really a philosophy that encourages finding meaning through small joys, through strong connections and meaningful activity. So it's not just about finding your big career and all that. It's really focusing on some harmony internally, some community, and really living in the moment.
And it's true. Every single time I tell them, I cannot help you if you don't do the work to get clear on what you want. I'll ask you the right question. I don't go as deep as you do with actually getting them what they want, because I do a different work, but I tell them, I need to know what you want because I'm going to get you there. But you need to first get clear. Mm-hmm. So we do Ikigai and ask the right question, but that's, completely different.
So maybe that's why they need to come to me first and then they come to you. That's it. We have a partnership.
We have a partnership, guys. So it's true because I'm not.
So can you tell us a bit more about your practice? I'm now curious to know, how do you heal people? Because I know that you do group, right? You call that circles. So what exactly is a circle?
So yes, I was telling you, I do circles or containers, group containers. In the circles is the in-person one is we're gonna come together in it's in an
circle.
intimate group. Yeah,
Okay,
in a circle,
group,
only
yeah.
women. And what I do is I break the ice, I drop your guard, and I help you drop in. And the intention, every circle is different, and there's themes according to the moon or whatever. And the idea is because you cannot receive me or my practice if you don't feel safe, if you don't feel less stress. So the first few minutes, hours, the first 30 minutes is just about dropping you down, relaxing you through meditation, through intention setting, through talking. And then every circle is different, but I merge shadow work with somatics and Kundalini activations, and I do light language as well. So I speak a different language that is coming through as vibration. And so the intention is that at the end, you just leave completely it's like a reset, a reboot. And it goes for 3 to 4 hours, because I don't do one-on-ones, because it's more powerful to come in groups than come by yourself. I do one-on-ones, but it's very rare because it takes me a lot of energy. And then usually women come to the circles and then they ask me to go deeper. And I usually have a group containers that take them even deeper in.
Why is it more powerful to come as a group? Is it because of the energy that holds the group? Yeah.
The Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi aspect. Like, look, one-on-one is as powerful. It's just for me with my design, because I work with human design, I can't do one-on-ones too much. But I noticed that there's absolutely no difference. 1 person or 10 person, the impact will be the same.
Even if the people have different stories?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So so you were talking about light language. Can we know about that?
So light language is when you start clearing your body and you start coming back to your true essence, when you start coming back to really who you are and you vibrate higher, or you just start working with energy more, what happens is that they call it the language of the soul. They call it a non-linear frequency that comes out through your throat. So when I activate, I'm in a bit of a trance, and sometimes, all the time, there's words coming out of my mouth. I don't control, and I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just an intention. My intention is, okay, I see that you have blockage here. Okay, and I will start moving it through my voice. So I use my voice to shift the blockage.
Well, hang on.
Yeah.
1 second. Let's pause here. So when you talk like that, you remind me of me when I was a kid and I was trying to have fake language with my brother, like this kind of thing, and we would just like try to pretend.
Real.
It's
pretty real.
kind of thing. So where is that coming from? How did you learn that? Like,
I paid a course. I went, so I paid. So I did a training. Yeah. So I'm trained in that. Okay. So I'm trained in Kundalini, and I'm a light language level 2 certificator. So I got activated.
But it's a real language, like when you're talking, or is it like just whatever is coming through?
It's, to be honest, it's like a channel. Okay. So what happened is you clear your channel. So you know how you get clogged up with all we spoke about? So what I do is my channel is very clear. Because
so when you talk about channel, it's really the chakras?
Yes. The channel is being connected to the earth, but grounded to source, life, and having an open heart. Mm-hmm. Because I can't channel if my heart is not open. Okay. So the channel comes from the heart, for me, my channel. And so, yeah, this voice is just natural for me.
And so what is that voice activating?
The intention. Okay. So, for example, I see a block in you. Through my voice, I will remove the block with the words. I do some mudras with my hands. So, and if you stay long enough, you will, your brain will recognize the frequency.
And go into a trance is what you're saying.
No, yeah. Most people go into a trance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sound a bit scary.
No.
Oh, no.
It's amazing. It's liberating.
It looks.
Look, it is what you believe it is.
Exactly.
If you're scared, you'll be scared.
True.
If you're happy, you'll be happy. If you're ready to receive, you'll receive it. If you're stressed, you won't receive it, because stress blocks the energy. Stress and fear is like, boom, I don't want you. If you're open, you will see what you're ready to see or receive. It's all up to you, because we didn't talk about this, but it's all about how are you ready to receive. Yeah. If you can't, I cannot get through someone that believes that what I do is demonic. Because they'll probably see a demon, because they're so brainwashed to believe that it's demonic. What do you think they're going to see? A demon. I've never had that. No one that worked with me had it. But that's how it works. Because you are the energy.
And it's one of the rules in NLP. It's like everyone has a unique perception of the world. Whatever you see is different from what I see. And whatever you want to perceive about something is your perception only. And it's unique to you. So exactly. And it's like manifestation. If you don't believe that you can have it, how can you have it? You know, like if you think that you're not worthy of love, yes, you're not going to have the love. If you always tell yourself that you will never find anyone on dating apps, you will never find it on dating apps. So get out of the dating apps and find something else or start to believe in it. So yeah.
And especially in manifestation, that's what happens all the time. It's not about you receiving it because it's there, but we block it because I'm not worthy. Exactly. Oh, I can't. Why would I receive this? Or someone gives you a gift. Oh, you should not have done that. Okay, well, I won't give you anything then.
I love that analogy because that's
what do you mean? Please give me gifts.
So much. Gifts are compliments.
Yes,
you know, a lot
compliments.
Of people are like,
no, I'm not pretty.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean I'm not pretty? Like, tell me. What do you like on me today?
It is very hard for some people to really take on compliments. And that's the biggest thing where you really block that energy of like...
Receiving.
Yeah.
Because I feel like life for me, I see God or source through life expressing itself. And for me, I see life as a provider. It's my collaborator, it's my lover. I do such good work. Why you don't want to provide for me? It's like, why would I not receive everything I want? Because I will do better with it. It's like, I know that money in my hands will be a fucking better world. So why would life doesn't want like to drip on me? Cover me, shower me.
Give me all. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Why not? Because, and obviously it took me time to get here. But that's the belief that I have. So I'm clearly expecting to have a life of absolute flow and ease in all areas.
So what is one thing, maybe one exercise or one question that people can just ask themselves right now to start to shift their belief about this? Yeah,
keep going. About
themselves. I can see that you have an idea right now. So yeah, what is one thing that people can do right now today after this episode to really start to shift the belief they have about themselves and really think that they are worthy?
Okay, the first thing they need to do is get clear on who they are when they don't have this belief. So who am I so who are you without the fear? Who are you without the doubts, and who are you without the insecurity? Once you're clear on the person that you are, once you don't have all this, it's easier for your unconscious to get you there. And one thing, if you're feeling stuck when it comes to financials or success or whatever, always ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Because usually the cave you fear to enter holds the secret you seek. You hold the treasure you seek. So it's all identity and what you're avoiding.
I love that.
Once you're clear on, okay, because yes, healing trauma is good. Yes, clearing the past is amazing. But damn, your subconscious can get you through a new reality, a new life, a new sense of reality if she doesn't know who you want to be. So who are you without the fear? Who are you when you're not in survival? Oh, damn, I'm delicious. I'm so confident. I feel so free. Okay, can you be that person now? Yes, I can. Okay, let's do it. You don't have to be stuck in the past. Trauma are great. Work on them, do the work. But okay, keep moving, you know? Who are you when you know who you are?
And maybe do that exercise with removing the word being humble. Because I think that is something that blocks everyone. You have to be your first supporter. If you don't cheer up for yourself, nobody else will. Like nobody is gonna save you. You know, like we see that a lot on social media. But I do believe into that. No one is gonna love you as much as you can love yourself first. You're gonna set up the frequency as we talked before, and then the rest is gonna come and it's gonna flow.
100%. Oh, that's so true.
Yeah. So if we want to work with you, where can we find you?
So you want to come to my events, ideally? I'm joking. No. So how you want to find me? Just on my social media, Instagram, Estelle and Cubito. I post a lot. French, English. I focus on English most of the time, but I blend in some French sometimes. I do a lot of transmission, which means I will always tap into the energy that I feel and just share something that is needed in the moment. I organize an online event. I have free masterclass, and I do group containers. So the idea of the group container is there's 3 pillars. We purge, we get clear on what you want, we help you heal your nervous system, and then we drop you in the identity of the woman that you need to be to move that path.
Perfect. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Estelle. I just want to say something. Is like we've been recording in the most funniest place ever. I usually love to record my podcast at the beach, and I usually have no problem into that. But I don't know why. For some reason, today the universe didn't want to be with us. We had helicopters, we had cars crashing, we had the wind that you can hear behind me. So I will do my best to edit that episode. But I just want to say, Estelle, you did such an amazing job. You were so patient, and thank you for that. That was really amazing. I learned a lot of things. I want to deep dive even more into all that and learn more. But yeah, thank you so much.
My pleasure. We'll do another one.
We will. Merci.
Merci.
Thank you for listening to Fly with Mel. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a review. It will really, really help me to reach more people who need to hear these messages. And remember, the power to change your story is already in you.